Hi, so I'm actually writing FNAF Sister Location Simplified, name still pending, but I wanted to do a bit of housekeeping, mainly because I need a break from... If I've done my job right, I should have perfectly mimicked the Sister Location jump scare because I am in fact a mimic. And yes, the pieces were difficult to put the pieces together, but I wouldn't know because I'm not Edwin. I'm the mimic. I think. Funny story, this was meant to be the first video after we moved into the new place, aka the place we're in now. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at planning or organising. My defense, I did have a list of backlog I was going to record before moving in. I did not plan to just disappear for almost a month. I was going to do Into the Pit, the Friday review, I was contemplating FNAF World Refreshed. Refreshed I actually found when I was doing my FNAF World playthrough, hence why I've been hesitant to do it. I didn't want to be so FNAF World out that I wouldn't be as entertaining as I could be. The recent uploads, I chose to play Banshee after waking up less than 2 hours before. Straight off the back of spending the past 2 days having late night editing sessions, about 8 hours straight editing Lone Wolf and Dark Survival. I do not make good decisions. Which is also why the rest of the backlog got postponed so much. I was just kind of too tired and procrastinated too much. Luckily that procrastination resulted in me finally finishing FNAF 4 Simplified, so yay procrastination. Actually did quite well, to be fair. I thought it was going to flop simply because it came out like 2 or 3 weeks after Secret of the Mimic, and it was not Secret of the Mimic. Speaking of Secret of the Mimic, I mentioned it in my Lone Wolf playthrough, but because I did so much Secret of the Mimic news coverage leading up to the release, I was kind of a bit burnt out of Secret of the Mimic. Again, I do not make good decisions. And then like half the lore was already stuff that I was working with anyway because I actually read the books, not there for display. Those are. No, the books, they're not. I forgot that was there. It's staying there now. Also, an entire box, just also for record, an entire box, like, not a small box, a big old box, like this wide, this tall, just FNAF books. Also 1 Bendy book and 3 Xbox 360 games that I forgot I put in that one. I didn't mean to, but hey, my point still stands. I do plan to do a video on Secret of the Mimic, probably a full how does it affect the timeline, what can we use from Tales to predict the next 2 games. Before you say anything, I agree. Tales, you would have to jump so many sharks, straddles on hoops, on sharks, jumping through sharks and hoops, just to make Tales games canon. But I have been working off a very similar basis as Rotos. When a book comes out, we can use any themes and general laws and rules of the universe and apply that to the games. I'm like, okay, well, how could this thematically work? For example, Gregory being under the control of Glitchtrap, or the Mimic 1 virus, or maybe 2 viruses. There are so many mimics. I'm losing track of which ones are real, which ones are mimics, and which ones we've just fabricated, and which ones are from the books, and which ones are from the games. There's so many knows why there's so many mimics, and which ones are from D&D, and which ones are from that. There's so many mimics, Jesus fucking Christ. But we can't just copy and paste the story, right? And very rarely is there an exception where you probably could do that. For example, the week before, I personally think that the week before probably is canon, and I think the vast majority of people who have read it or have watched theories on it agree with that, right? But I don't want to start a book games war yet. That's for... I plan to do that in probably next February. And you see, that is what I like to call digging myself into a hole, because now I have to get to like Fazbear Frights in my simplified series by February, and I don't think I'm going to do that. Not sure when I will be doing that. I can't record Secret of America, the RAM is crazy. So I need to download Edwin and Fiona's audio logs, except all the wikis and Reddit threads have separated them into singular lines of dialogue. Why can't you just post it the exact same way that we have presented it in the game? We press a button and we get the full conversation. Why do you feel the need to separate? Okay, so this is Edwin's line. And then this is Edwin's next line. We're gonna skip Fiona's. That comes in the next paragraph. Why? Why do we feel the need to do this? Why can't we just go, hey, here's the tape? And I go, thank you, person. However, like I did say earlier, I am starting the script for Sister Location Simplified. Currently, I'm still on the research stage. My favourite stage, since it involves just binging a bunch of Markiplier, Dorko, Jacksepticeye, and Dante's Yen playthroughs. Why not just replay it yourself a couple of times, you may ask? Night 4. Night 4 is why not. Also, I suck at Funtime Fox's mechanic. There is also very much that. Okay, I also kind of want to quickly touch on video scheduling. So, for starters, main video on Fridays still 9 PM BST / 5 PM CST / 4 PM EST / 3 PM PST. I know that's a lot of fucking time frames, I agree. But there's a lot of Americans in the audience, I gotta cover for them as well, and BST is me. I need to know when I'm uploading. But anyway, that's been set in stone for God knows how long. That's probably not changing. I am going to try and being a bit quick with theories, because I know quite a few people are coming on for those and like the news coverages, but I won't be rushing them out. Fan games I'll play if they look interesting. For example, Banshee is one that I think I played last on the channel, which was actually really interesting. I don't fully understand the mechanics and all that, but it's based off FNAF 6 and has scarier, creepier designs, which I love. And also there's a bit more emphasis on the paranormal, which is great for a series focused on ghosts. It's amazing how more fan games miss that. I know I've done quite a bit of Bendy recently, but don't worry, after I complete Lone Wolf, I'm going to probably cool it with Bendy for a bit. I love it, but I know y'all are here for our favourite pizza bear. I'm not sulking, you're sulking. Because I'm starting short form merch reviews, shorts and reels will be remembered for once, at least for a little while. There's a very high chance I'll forget about them again. However, Instagram will always be getting reels 2 days before shorts release on YouTube, which is something I've been doing for a little while, but just so you know, you now know, if you want the reels, as soon as they come out, Instagram's your friend. So shorts will, so for example, if I normally tend to do Wednesdays. Wednesdays tend to be my kind of reels and shorts day. So Wednesdays are over on Instagram, and then if there is a reel coming out that week, then it would then release on YouTube on Friday. Get the gist? Like Wednesdays would be Instagram, Fridays would be you get it. I'm losing track of words. So shorts would come out on Wednesdays on Insta, and then Fridays on YouTube. Whilst I'm plugging, I also have a Discord, a nice little chill spot to hang out and talk, not just about horror as well. For example, I am a big fan of animation. I am an art student. It's kind of in the job description. I like Arcane, which you can't see this poster up there. It used to be in the background of my videos after I swapped out from the Marvel one. But trust me, there is an Arcane poster above there. I love Arcane, I love Adventure Time to an unhealthy degree, really, with Adventure Time. Comey Can't Communicate, just finished binging Rick and Morty, just started the Harley Quinn animated show. If you want to nerd about anime and gaming, then the Jaffa Discord server is always open unless you support Trump or any of his fascist cult followers, in which case we will promptly and immediately ban you. Otherwise, we're always open. The link's in both the description and also in the channel description. I always keep in the channel description, I think. I'm pretty sure it still works. That is me, check that out if it still works. Sure, I could do it right now, but well, why wouldn't I just get you to do it? You have the power to do it whenever you want. I know so I can, but I don't want to open Firefox. I have about 20,000 sister location wikis open. Also, I forget how many YouTube playlists are open. I don't know which one's going to play if I open up right now. So why do you have the exact same problem? Because you're also me. We're in the future. That means I can procrastinate my problems and put it onto a chibi-fied version of me. That logic, that's correct. Before I wrap this up, I do want to announce that I will be doing Horror Month again. This year I plan to upload every day of October, assuming I have enough ideas, which also means that I'm going to be hair deep in recording and editing from September onwards. And I have huge hair! Look at this floof. Of course, I have chosen to wait until my hair has kind of gone flat to record this, and I wrote that bit of my notes beforehand, but fuck you. And for that, join the Discord and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.